Hello, my favorite girly pops. In today's video for the low introductory price sale of absolutely nothing, you heard it here last, we're going to be talking about Amberlynn Reid, discussing her ex-girlfriend, Wifey Alex Faline. None of those are her names, and trashing, basically saying negative things about Wifey on her Instagram stories, and just in general, just going like too far on her Instagram stories and saying certain things. It's a wonderful time to be alive, girls. It's an embarrassing time to be alive. Basically, talking about her and her girlfriend, Tommy. So, we're going to get into all the drama. Also, do you see this Kermit? He was relaxing. He was enjoying himself. Would you like to buy one? Sometimes people want to get a Kermit of their own. So, if you would like to get one, you can. This is my affiliate link. It's going to save you products tab. And if you want to buy your very own Kermit, you can. And then maybe he can watch his very own TV with his remote that matches him. It's up to you. If you could not tell already by this ridiculous intro, everything I'm saying is just for entertainment purposes only. Nothing I am saying is meant to be taken seriously whatsoever. I am sharing my own opinions, not facts, on publicly accessible information made public first by public figures. I would urge you to please be kind in the comment section to these people. Please do not go to these people's channels and leave them mean-spirited, negative, disparaging comments. Entertainment purposes only. Okay, so here she is talking about Wifey Alex Faline. None of those are her names. I don't know if anybody remembers, but I used to talk about this all the time when she was with Wifey. She used to praise Wifey, say how amazing Wifey is, and it's all a facade. She was pretty unhappy with Wifey, and they didn't even go out anywhere. And then Amberlynn made a lot of accusations towards Wifey later. Why am I bringing this up? I used to say that, she says that everything is amazing in the relationship, but I did tell you that she was going to trash Wifey in numerous various ways, and she did on TikTok, and she also did recently in her live streams after they broke up, and she did. This was completely uncalled for, and the absolute absurdity of this is just, it's very interesting. Are you the happiest you've ever been because Tommy doesn't oppose your lifestyle choices? I've been in 7 serious relationships and none but one, quote, opposed my lifestyle choices, and that was Feline. Everyone else just accepted me for who I was. So she's saying that Feline, Alex Wifey, did not accept her for who she was. The whole 7 relationships, we're going to come back to that. You have not been in 7 serious relationships. I suppose I could give you that you were in 6, but not in 7. If I wanted to lose weight, they supported that. If I didn't want to, they also supported that. So your question doesn't make much sense, okay? Tommy wants me healthy and happy, so she absolutely supports me in losing weight. I wouldn't be with someone who didn't, period. She's even willing to lose weight with me. Tommy is with you for one reason and one reason only, and it's not what you're saying. Girl. Okay, let's just do this other one and then we'll come back. Do you feel pressured into weight loss surgery when with Feline? Not at all, because it was my idea to get weight loss surgery. She supported whatever decision I chose regarding that. Right. Okay. Let's just start off in the beginning. The audacity to continue to push your narrative that you were in 7 serious relationships. Let's count it out. These are the actual relationships she was in. Casey is 1, Crystal is 2, Destiny is 3, Beck is 4, Wifey is 5, and I will give her this, Tommy is 6. Who is the 7th? She's trying to say the absolute audacity. Honestly, like, I wish sometimes that I was just as delusional as her. Delusion, like just convince yourself over and over and over again. Are you trying to tell us that the 6th serious relationship you were in was Valentine? She was a married woman who was trolling you, admitted to trolling you, admitted to being married, and you never met her in real life. You never had any type of anything with her, okay? You never even went to the movies with her. You never held your hand. You think that because you made a cookie video, that was a serious relationship. I mean, I don't even know what to say at this point. You and Valentine never met. She was a married woman trolling you. Yes, she liked you for a period of 7.7 seconds, but you never met. She was married. That was not a serious relationship. It was definitely like the entire time that she was with Valentine. I always got this very deep feeling that it was not the type of relationship that she was presenting it to be. There was obvious clues. I mean, I've watched Amber's videos, and also Like when she was going through anything serious, it was obvious that girl wasn't there for her because she wasn't your girlfriend. Stop. Get some help. Okay. As far as Feline, Alex Wifey, opposing your lifestyle choices and not accepting you for who you were. When you this is the only thing this could possibly mean. When Alex Wifey Feline met Amberlynn, Amberlynn was saying that Feline was the most amazing supportive girl ever and supported Amberlynn's desire to change and all this other stuff, and she would give her goals. And so now you're saying that she pretty much did not accept you for who you were. Amberlynn, when you met her, you lied to her. You said you were going to change, and for some reason, she believed you. So if that's what you're talking about, you presented a falsehood like you do every January to a new audience. You know what I'm talking about. Quote unquote, didn't accept you. But I don't even believe this. I think Alex Wifey Feline did way more for you than some of your other girlfriends. Not more than Beck. Beck definitely did the most for you. But anyways, I told you that she would try to, trash Alex Wifey Feline after the relationship, and she did. What is the point of saying this now? Why don't you just leave this person alone? This person went no contact with you, and you kept like texting them and trying to message them on holidays, no less, which is one of the most manipulative things. I've talked about this before. You know, when a person used to date you and they want to get into like a conversation with you, this is one of the most rudimentary manipulation tactics. They'll text you on Happy Easter, Happy 4th of July, Happy Christmas, Happy whatever, Happy anything, Happy National, Frog Day or whatever. They'll do that because they're trying to get into a conversation with you and check up on you. Like, please, okay, just stop trashing Feline. She's moved on. Have you ever done something in a relationship you really regretted? Yes. I mean, I think everybody has. So this question really can't be judged because I think we all have done things in relationships that we regretted. So, would you ever have a situation type deal with a few people? No. Well, I mean, realistically, the chances of this happening is less than, I mean, I personally care about it less than snow water, but like, I mean, Amber, a real question here is why do you pick these type of questions? I think you pick these type of questions or write them yourself because you are no different than those guys bragging about stories that were written in Never Happened magazine on page This Never Happened. So, or like those boys in high school that brag about things that never happened. Like, who is asking you this other than yourself? And why are you choosing, as you say, you choose questions randomly? Why would you choose a question like that? I've said this before many times and it bears repeating. I've seen people in certain industries that do not talk about their work. And it's amazing that she keeps going back to these ridiculous topics that no one is asking, no one is thinking about, and no one cares about. Another fantastic example of This Never Happened magazine. I think that you have all of their issues. You have a permanent subscription. Have you ever done something in the car? Yeah. So I think that she's trying to appeal to the normality of situations, and she thinks that, see, for people, for everyday regular people, it's just like not a big deal. Like we've heard these stories so many times. My God, who cares? It's mundane. The banality of it all, the mundaneness of it all, like taking a shower, having a coffee, like talking to your friends, watching YouTube, car, for her, deep down inside, she wants, like, I've talked about this before, mimicking other people is a big thing with narcissists, but I digress. In general, I think that she doesn't think that it's mundane and banal. I think that she thinks it's exciting and new and something that she wants to talk about, um to like all like put her audience in awe. No one cares in Eric's voice. And just in case anyone is wondering, no, I don't believe you that this happened. Also, her definition, as I've learned from her live streams, her definition of what that would be happening, in a car. Like for example, eating some food, of course, that's what we're talking about, or, just hanging out in a car. The point is, her definition of what she's talking about is not correct. Your definition of what that is not correct, Amberlynn. You think that something means something and it means something else. And if you go through her live stream, she'll tell you, "Oh, I did this, I did that," and that's not what you think it is. You're welcome. I'm not here all night. What's the story behind hectic? It seems to come up a lot, but I don't know the correlation. I have this weird thing where I become obsessed with saying certain words, quotes, or making certain sounds. That's nice. It's normally just in my personal day to day life off of YouTube, but there's been some cases where it also happens online. Me saying hectic is simply one of them moments. One of them moments. Okay, moments. When it happens, I literally can't stop. It's uncontrollable. Well, on the bright side, she is not talking about what she's doing with Tommy in this answer. So, okay, good. I think she knows that the word hectic annoys her audience and she does it anyway, which alludes to the relationship she has with her audience. Okay, so this is a question that's asking Anne Boleyn, like, if she feels that she's being treated differently, right? And she talks about how people are fat phobic, so many people fat phobic, and some don't even realize it. Sad reality, someone's size should never be the deciding factor on how they're treated, but it's my reality. I agree. I think that this is where I have to agree with her. So 100%, I've said this before, my opinion is that people get treated differently depending on their looks. And I've said this many times before. I knew somebody, she was all different sizes throughout her life, and she was treated differently. So Amber is spot on. That is the truth. I'm not going to deny it. What is interesting to me is Amber's statement is someone's size should never be the deciding factor on how they're treated. However, Anne Boleyn humiliates and, quite frankly, bullies people on the internet all the time and judges them solely on their looks and their weight. And this happens all the time. Okay? This is actually happening all the time when she does Q&As, when she does her YouTube videos. It's very palpable, Amberlynn, that you are mean to others, and I wish you all the best with the way that you look at the world, because you want to be treated a certain way but don't want to treat others the same way. Okay, so this one is incredibly interesting. If she's still doing these ridiculous Q&As in the future, or she's going to do them, someone needs to ask her what I'm about to ask in this situation. She says, "Can you please tell me why flirting is comparable to almost ruining a marriage?" Well, either she asked herself this question or somebody's asking her. And this is what Amber says: "Only if you can comprehend that some marriages are open marriages and some aren't." Okay, this is the main question that I want somebody to ask Amberlynn Reid on Instagram. And if I could just get an answer to this, maybe we could see things from her side. Although I really think that the other woman doesn't have a side in this. Like, you knew what you were getting involved in, okay? And especially, I can comprehend and understand the situation better if you've met the person that you were the other woman with, right? Amberlynn Reid fake dated some woman in her head. It was not a real relationship the way that she presented it to be. It wasn't the relationship she presented it to be with Valentine. Valentine was married and was trolling Amberlynn Reid on the side and never met her. So here's what I need somebody to ask Amberlynn in her next Instagram Q&A. Amber, why did you go on the internet and say to everybody that you were cheated on by Valentine? That Valentine cheated on you when you, in fact, were the other woman. Now, I know that Amber is going to say that she believed that Valentine was in an open relationship. Please don't bother saying that, Amber. What happened is, when you found out that she was not in an open relationship and in an open marriage, you clearly continued on, even demanding that Valentine wouldn't pay the bills with her wife. My question is, why did you lie and say you were cheated on by Valentine when you, in fact, were the other woman and Valentine was cheating with you in your head because you guys never met? Please let us know. As far as, comparing flirting and ruining a marriage, at the end of the day, Amber wants to be wanted, and that's why she was okay with just completely dismantling anything that two people had. I recognize and I understand that Valentine had the loyalty to her partner and not Amber. But Amber's behavior is not all of a sudden absolved because the other woman was married. Amberlynn knew she was married, and even if she half heartedly believed that it was an open marriage, she still went ahead with it when she found out it wasn't. Amber wanted to ruin that relationship because she has a desire to be wanted. And it's not based on any superficial stuff either. If Amberlynn was a different person, she'd still wanted to be wanted, okay? The obsession with being that it girl is palpable. That's what she wants. She believes in her mind that she really is that it girl and she wants other people to feel so as well. So, Amber, please answer why you lied to 200,000 people. Let us know that you were literally being cheated on when you were in fact the other woman. Please let us know. This one is just so ridiculous. People are saying you left your pets during a tornado. True. Absolutely not. She's never going to admit anything. Why do you guys even ask this? I was at work when a tornado happened. I physically couldn't leave. I was 30 minutes away working in an assisted living facility with 60 plus residents. Okay. I can believe you here. What does it matter? You left Twinkie shaking in pain when Twinkie was ill to go out with your ex and the woman that she dumped you for, Destiny and Dana. Make it make sense. Twinkie was shaking in pain. You said there was no emergency 24-hour vets, and there was one. See, the bottom line is it doesn't matter if you did the right thing once. Just recently your dog Twinkie had an abscess in her mouth, and you didn't notice that she wasn't eating for like a week. Like, honestly, like, I don't care if she didn't leave her pets at that moment. And I don't, it doesn't really matter. It's like when people stick to very like little small things that she talks about or says, who cares? I've always said her kitchen is on fire. It's a metaphor for there's much more serious things that she's involved in, right? Like, animal control was called so many times to her house. Like, she's never going to treat her animals the way that she should treat them. Okay, leaving Twinkie shaking in pain and not even knowing that your dog isn't eating for a week, just noticing that she hasn't been eating for a few days, not understanding that you have to examine your dog if something is wrong. Like, it's just pointless. While I have you here, this doesn't go for everyone. This goes for some people. A lot of people who have animals, if they found themselves in that situation, they would have left. They would have risked their job. They would have risked because they wanted to save their animals. Do you understand, Amber? That's the difference between some people and other people. Why won't people shut up about your animals? OMG, because they're waiting and waiting and waiting till I do one small thing that might show that I'm not a perfect person so the false outrage can happen. I disagree with that. I think the reason why people are talking about your animals is because you have visually showed on your channel as recently as a few months ago that you ignore your pets and that the only thing that they're there for, in my personal opinion, is like for you to say that you're like the mom of pets and just like, oh, that you're taking care of somebody. You ignore your pets' serious issues for years. You had to have animal control being called on you multiple times to even take your animal to the vet to get Twinkie's nails cut. Make it make sense. It's not about false outrage. I'm going to give you an example. If I came on here and neglected and did something to my animals, I would be treated exactly like you. What is false outrage? Okay, an example of false outrage. Let's think of it. Caring about an inanimate Kermit. That would be an example of false outrage, right? Like, it's a Kermit. Okay, caring about a living, breathing animal that you left shaking in pain would not be an example of false outrage. That's just my opinion. Please let me know in the dislikes and comments down below. What do you think? I respect you protecting your peace and take a break. Thank you for doing these Q&As, of course. So she's not protecting her peace. This is not my opinion at this point. Listen, this woman has had multiple videos taken down currently for violating the guidelines. At this point, I'm going to say it just one more time. She either has a strike or she has a warning. She doesn't want to post because she's made too much money and YouTube is not her bestie right now. Just stop. She's not protecting her peace. She's calculated. She knows what she's doing. How does it feel being a narcissist? Spicy. Okay, you're just doing it to yourself by answering questions like that. Embarrassing question, but would you do something more than once a day? LMAO, yes. I want one of you to go onto her Instagram Q&A and please be respectful and ask, this is a question from me, from Karina Kaboom. Why is it that people, even in certain industries, do not talk about these mundane things, but you do all the time? Who are you trying to convince? Have to tell you something. I'm gonna repeat this as long as she keeps talking about it. I've been making videos for 11 years. I have never seen any YouTuber, no matter what industry they were in, or whatever the case may have been, or they were on YouTube, YouTubers do Q&A, ever mention this. If I constantly told you that I am the expert Lego champion and I solve all of these also like word puzzles, or, I am the best, whatever, insert whatever into the blank, right? Would you really start having suspicions that I would be participating in these behaviors? Because I would. So, I mean, rinse, lather, here we are, Delulu, repeat. Also, this is just my opinion, but I think there's a possibility that you wrote that question yourself, because anyone that's watching you, the majority of people, would not consider this an embarrassing question. The question starts off by saying this is an embarrassing question. It's not an embarrassing question. That's how you're caught. That's how people know that you more than likely wrote it. I mean, it's possible she didn't, but the majority of your audience, they wouldn't think this is an embarrassing question. They would actually think it's a mundane one. And they would never ask it. You're asking yourself the same questions about the same topic to make us think that things are going on. Congratulations. What month did you send the crumble cookie video? I made it, sent it to Eric and May. Why'd you send it to Alexis? Alexis didn't ask for it. Do you think any of your exes regularly watch your vlogs? Yes. And who is the ex that watches your vlog? Like, you do know that Feline and you are no longer together. Destiny, the one that got away, is no longer together. Like I keep saying, I wish I was this delusional. There is some, I guess, happiness that she gets out of being this delulu. But it's a wonderful time to be alive, girls. How are you tonight? It's currently 6:30 a.m. I woke up about an hour ago, but I'm good. Trying to make a to-do list of what I need to do today. Guess work is not a priority for you. Okay. Hey Amber, are you doing Vlogmas this year? I'm honestly not sure yet. I go back and forth. December is the month that YouTubers make double their paycheck. She's not sure, okay? Because you've never put work first. I don't really care. You could leave for whatever you want, however much you want. But it's just amazing the opportunities that she's been given, and she's given them away. She squandered them. Will you rate your exes from 1 to 10? All of them. That sounds a wee bit hectic. So here's my opinion on this. She purposely chose this question to put it in your head, like how you would rate it, how she would rate, her exes from 1 to 10. I see you, Ambi. All right, that's about it for today's video. Wasn't it exciting? It's a wonderful time to be alive, girls. Let me know what you think about this video in the dislikes, comments. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate it. Here's a video that's popping up that's on a similar topic. If you enjoyed this video or didn't, I have great news. You either will enjoy or really won't enjoy the video popping up here. Go and watch it. Give it a like or a dislike. Thank you so much for being here. I'll see you next time. Bye.